Okay, there's every opportunity that was an abrupt cut. If it was an abrupt cut, it's because I realized I did something stupid and I had to restart the game. But I have looked up every ending that we've missed. Well, I've not looked up every ending we've missed, but I have a guide up that tells me all of the endings in the game, so we can literally just scroll down it and tick off the ones that we've done. I found the first one that we haven't done. So, we need to activate computer 419 in the office before the two doors. 418, 419. Input received. We then have to restart the game. And then we need to go to 423.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
3. That's not... Oh, that's 421, that's why. Waiting input signal. Input received. And then we activate the computer outside the boss's office. So, restart. We need to get to the boss's office now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I would never have worked this out if I wasn't looking online. Like, so I'm glad that I did.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Broom closet.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No way. Computer, you say? Input received. Okay. Next up. Restart the game. 434 in the office next to Stanley's. So 434. So 4.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Input received. Restart the game. And then we activate Stanley's computer. And this is an ending. I don't know what it is, but this is an ending. So this guide is actually really good. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Whoa. So... it knows I like buttons. They don't seem to stay. Right? Yeah, no, they don't stay. So what do we do here? It doesn't actually say what you do here. Oh, you just have to restart. Okay, cool. So, we've done that ending, we've done that ending. We've done that ending, we've done that ending. Floor. Okay. Forwards to restores. Okay, so we haven't gotten... There is an actual ending for doing the baby game for 4 hours. Like, that's not happening. We've done the confusion ending, we've done the... That's the... Okay, cool, we've done that one. Right, now the Ultra Deluxe endings. Okay, yep, we've done that. Yep, we've done that. Okay, done that. Yep, done that one. Done that one. Okay, so you can't get one ending in the Ultimate Edition. I'm sorry, I can do what now? So this might require a little bit of tinkering, possibly. So I need to... Which one is it? It's 4,
How
2,
wonderful.
6.
Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Apparently sometimes when you restart the game... Is this? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I think.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What in the friggin' world? The whiteboard ending. Wait. I bark now. Okay, cool. I think we've done that. Once you finish looking at the whiteboard, you can continue playing the game as normal. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we've done that. We've done that. We've done that. We've done that. What? Okay. Okay.
Finally, yes. The bucket. Yes, yes, yes. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So there is another...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd coming to a staircase.
This is mad.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
How would anyone figure this crap out? I've forgotten the passcode again.
Stanley was once
I'm just
again
going to wait.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed
Oh wait, no,
by
I've got the
weight of this
bucket, so
revelation,
it goes
Stanley may
faster.
have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
Come on,
the
quick,
bucket
quick.
guiding him? Yes,
Okay.
this is certainly the most logical explanation.
No, that one. Thank you. This is such a weird ending. And I would never have even
The elevator
thought
raced
of
downward,
this.
plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
So, we go in here. And then I believe it's like up here. We simply need to go.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Yes.
Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps.
What?
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Oh dear.
It unsettled the bucket deeply.
Oh no.
Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
Oh no.
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable.
This is
Isn't an ending?
mad.
This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Okay, we have another one. We have yet another one.
All of his one man, one bucket, one chance to seize their destiny together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So apparently this one we could get before doing the new content as well.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
I can't bark anymore.
His office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned.
Oh, how do I not remember this?
Of any human life.
I'm really bad with numbers, man.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright. I can't believe that this was a thing you could do. So we go out, but then... We go back in.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
What? I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna push the number 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was After taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eagerly pressing the number 3 again and again.
So... No? Anything? It's the last time. Okay. Apparently there is an actual ending, though, tied to this,
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
What?
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Yes.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Obviously. I'm not sure if, like, the bucket is affecting this at all. Because, like, obviously we must be getting different dialogue here.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
This is so unbelievably dumb.
He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Okay, we have, like, another ending that we can do as well. Jesus Christ. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. And I don't know why.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Okay.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it,
World's
until it
healthiest
couldn't be
human being.
refined a single measure
How we
further.
did it, the
When the
pyramids.
big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Okay. World peace, baby. Stanley, tonight, live on stage. World's first sentient machine. To stage 333333333.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
What does this say? Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers, who are all gone, still. The dude who came up with pizza. Oh, there's loads of them.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
So... Well, okay. 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 Alright. So, the next one is pretty easy.
It's bucket time.
I don't know whether or not the bucket being here is at all.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
So apparently we can actually...
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
If we just
the cargo
go...
lift, yes. Go
here.
there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, okay, I think... Okay, we have actually done this one. Alright, fine. Fine. Right. What are we missing? Oh, okay. There is another one that is altered, I think.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered.
Oh, no, it won't work.
Days?
Oh, okay.
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. Oh. Okay. I didn't realize that one would be altered. Okay. We'll give that a go. It's bucket time.
We need the bucket. We actually need it. So we were actually we could have actually done
Stanley
that
clutched the bucket
this
tightly to
ending
his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
a second ago.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo...
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Okay, that was that. Okay, that was not worth running. I just heard that it was different. Oh, the vent ending is changed. Yeah, we did that. We've done that. Okay. Done that. We've done everything. This is the end of the game. We've literally done everything. So, obviously we've not done the 4 hours on the baby game because that would kill my soul. So we're not doing that. And we've also not done the vent ending, but with the bucket, I don't think. If the vent ending is what I'm thinking of, but it might not be. So, okay. So what did I think? What did I think of the game? I thought it was very, very good. I kind of wish that there was a menu or something that you could open, like an option on this menu, that had a list of all the endings, and until you discover them, they're like sort of question marks. But like, I just wish that there was a list of them, because then I would know exactly how many I have missed. You know, it wouldn't tell me where they are or anything, but like, it would tell me that there is still something to discover. Whereas, like, the only way I can really find out is by reading online, and that's also assuming that what I'm reading online is a complete guide. Like, I figured I would be able to, like, put the bucket in the broom closet, because they made a big deal out of saying that the broom closet calls for the bucket. So yeah, that's a bit weird. But all in all, I really liked it. My favourite endings were the adventure line in the original one, the original Stanley Parable. The skip button ending where you go into the future, that was very good. And honestly, the epilogue was very good as well. But there were bits here, there, and everywhere that were very, very good. Genuinely. I quite liked that tape recorder ending where it was like the Australian sounding guy saying about how he became obsessed with the bucket. And I also like that they actually kind of explained that a little bit. I mean, I say explained, it's absolutely mental and psychotic, but they tried to add a bit of context to it. Yeah. No, I was a big fan of it. What would I rate it? I would rate it a... I don't usually give things numbers, do I? It'd be somewhere between a 7 and an 8. It would be a 7 or an 8, I would say. Like, it's a good game. I think because of the very nature of the game, it is a little bit limited in its scope, but like for like what they were trying to create, they did a brilliant job of like putting so many different endings in the game, like making them funny as well. I will say like the sequel endings got a little repetitive just because they all focused mainly on the bucket, I would say. Um, but they weren't bad. Um, like obviously the original Stanley Parable felt a little bit more like random and all over the place, whereas like the deluxe edition content felt a little bit more focused, which was like not necessarily bad, not necessarily good. It was just a bit different. So yeah, yeah, this is one of those games I don't think I could recommend to everyone. But to the people I could recommend it to, I would recommend it with a big smile on my face. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it has its specific audience. And to that specific audience, it'll be great. To anyone else, it'll probably be a little bit blah. Um, but I don't regret the money I spent on it at all. I've spent most of my day playing it. So there's literally, yeah, there's no denying that I enjoyed it. I've definitely put the time into it. Um, yeah, if they ever do any like more DLC, I would love to jump back into it again. Um, so that's where I stand on the Stanley Parable. So this will be like a final thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in whatever it is I'm doing next. It'll probably be Elden Ring. Because, god damn it, I need to finish that game. Um, but, yeah, just in case it's not, I'll catch you in whatever it is I'm playing next. So, yeah, farewell.